Let's have a session on competitive pricing. So competitive pricing is when you set your prices in line with your rivals or below your rivals. Now, examples of competitive pricing, we've seen it in UK supermarkets, your Tesco's, your Morrisons, your Asda, your Lidl, your Aldi. They're often doing, Sainsbury's, they're often doing price matching. That is competitive pricing. And we've also seen it in the airline industry when we're thinking about low-cost carriers such as EasyJet, such as Ryanair. Now, why do it? Well, competitive prices is going to lead to more customers, more sales, and therefore it will make sense if your objective as a business is to grow market share. Now, secondly, it's focusing on those price sensitive, those customers, those with a price elasticity of demand that is elastic. More details of that card up there. Now, thirdly, it makes sense if positioning for your business is going to be that you're a value for money business, you're a low cost business. Now, number 4 is maybe it's the only way for you to remain competitive. Maybe you're just trying to survive, not grow market share. Survival is your business objective, and competitive pricing is the only viable way for you to compete within a market. Now, how you implement competitive pricing to maximize your success? Well, you're going to conduct market research because it's competitive pricing. You're looking at your rivals' prices, so you'll need to know what your rivals' prices are. You'll need to be on top of that, and you'll need to constantly be on top of that. And secondly, when you're thinking about competitive pricing, you're likely bringing your prices down, so you're going to have to be really aware of your costs because those profit margins are likely to be very tight, very slim. Now, limitations of competitive pricing, as just mentioned there, well, your profit margins are going to be very thin, particularly your profit margin per unit, and therefore if your profit margin per unit is very small, you're being squeezed because of those lower prices, you're going to have to sell a huge volume of your products, of your sales. Now, the second thing is if you're doing competitive pricing, it might lead to a price war where all your rivals and yourself are charging lower than desired prices. And if that happens in the long term, well, you'll really need to think about your costs compared to your prices there, because is it sustainable for you to be doing competitive pricing in the long term? And finally, you'll want to think about the possible impact on your brand, because sustained competitive pricing could have perception issues for your brand and for the value of your brand in the future. I hope that helps. I'll see you at the next session.